my God. Hopefully next time you go on tour, the pedal doesn't get bumped, because you're never going to remember. It is that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, you have asked for it time and time again. This is Roast My Pedalboard Part 2. But this time I'm going to give it a little twist, because here's the thing, people, is that last time we did ordinary people with guitars and pedals that enjoy playing. This is not their career. They just are just your everyday guitar players. This time, I thought we'd pick on another group of people. Now, when I say pick on, everybody willingly sent their pictures. This is all for fun. No one's going to be offended except for Sasha. This time, we're doing pros. People, we are talking about the royalty of YouTube. We are talking about the monarchy of Instagram. We are talking about the guitar players that you know and you've been following, and God knows I've been following for a very, very long time. This is the best of the best, in my opinion, on YouTube. This is some of the best on YouTube and on social media of guitar influencers and such. And we are going to look at their pedal boards and we're going to roast them. Really, what I want you to gain from this video is, if in case you don't know any of the names that I'm about to mention and roast, is that you give them a follow, because they are incredible human beings. They're very kind, they're very fun, and they're guitar players that are generally better than the schmuck you're looking at. These are some of my good friends. These are some of my idols. Let us roast them. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't I just make little short clips of these people playing and doing what they do and just mentioning them and telling you to go follow them? Well, that's just not who I am. So instead, we're going to make fun of them. Let's get to it. All right, let's see here. And boom. We start with Andy from PedalBoard of the Day. Andy from PedalBoard of the Day is a really nice guy. He has a very successful Instagram and YouTube channel. On his YouTube channel, he reviews pedals and he has this beautiful aesthetic. And on Instagram, he's killing it. He posts your pedal boards and really nice pedal boards and stuff like that. And now we're going to do the opposite of roasting his. Here we go. What have we got? We start with a Dreadbox Disorder, I believe it's called. They make a lot of synth stuff. And then we go into an abyss of modulation pedals. Well, with the exception of the Solid Gold Effects Commodore. Everything else is pretty much modulation heaven. He did a review on the Warped Vinyl, and I think he killed it. And I've been wanting one of these Chase Bliss pedals since. But yeah, he is into the ambient stuff. It is quite obvious. I mean, Maris. That's that Maris that you can't get unless you're Andy. So Maris, Chase Bliss. This is ambient heaven. Andy, we need to get you perhaps another overdrive pedal. Or here's an idea, a tuner. Tune your guitars, Andy. Next, Brett Papa. Brett Papa is the channel to go to when you want to learn those Hendrix licks and stuff like that. He even has a course going on right now on brettpapa.com. called Hendrix Unleashed, where you and me can learn Hendrix licks. Now, oh my God. Chaos. Right off the bat, Brett Papa gives me anxiety in here. So he's using, I believe these are the MXR. I can't stop looking at this. First of all, Brett Papa has 3 amps on here. The Dream, the Woodrow, and the Ruby. Brett Papa has decision issues. Brett really has the opposite of OCD. I really don't know where to start. Where does the chain even begin? Why isn't this even plugged in? Do you even use the, did you just put this fuzz on here for a flex? Just to show us that you own an XDX fuzz? That's not plugged in. That's not plugged in either. Neither is this, even though this is a great pedal. I think that's the original maker of the Nobles, but then Nobles got bought out sometime in the 90s. I think. I may be wrong. But anyway, the original maker of the Nobles made this one, but it doesn't matter because it's not plugged in. So what actually is plugged in? All right, so I believe the chain starts here. So we go into, his first pedal is a distortion pedal right off the bat. So distortion pedal right off the bat, then another drive, then this goes to the Archer, a Klon. From the Archer, he goes to an RC booster. That's like the Nashville Classic. That's the old one, the white one. Into another Klon. That's a Klon, right? Into another Klon, into a Tube Screamer. And then he goes into like 18 amps from Universal Audio. Comes out. I believe he goes into the reverb right here, then into a delay. Then he has an EQ pedal here that isn't plugged in. Brett, please tell us in the comments what is happening right here. what is the point of these pedals that are not plugged in? They're just on here for a flex, just to show us that you own them. And then the EQ. He has the EQ. He has the EQ dimed. He has the level dimed, and then the mids completely scooped. So he goes from playing Hendrix licks to doom metal right here. All right, well, this board has given me major anxiety, and we're going to move on. But do check out Brett, subscribe to him, subscribe to his YouTube channel and to his Instagram. Get that course because really it helps with your Hendrix tone and licks. He doesn't teach you this is how you play Little Wing and stuff like that. Sure, that's in there, but he teaches you the methods and the habits of Hendrix, of things that you might even incorporate into your playing. Next. Oh, look, another Iridium fuzz. But this time it's plugged in. Corey Congilio, Mr. Nashville, Mr. Nicest Haircut ever on the internet. What do we have here? We have an Iridium fuzz that's actually plugged in. Those are actually the settings that I use on my fuzzes. Then I believe he goes into an expression pedal. And then he uses a cork tuner that he bought from Costco. It was on sale for $6.99. That cork tuner, it's purple. Probably Danish Pete's going to sue. Into the Argo, into the Lightspeed. The Argo is incredible. Into the Lightspeed. Cornerstone Gladio, can never go wrong with that. Heavy Hand, which is the left side of the Duelist. Into Astra Starlight Golden, the Golden Trio pretty much from Universal Audio. Really, this isn't very roastable, but I mean, I'm sure I can find something here. What's this? Why is this on 0? Clean. This one, this knob right here. So Corey does not believe in blending in your dry signal. Once the overdrive is on, he wants you to know that the overdrive is on. The Argo here, I think he's using it just as an octave up thing because he has the fuzz pretty low. I mean, here you can see how the pros are using it because he's the Nashville guy. Like, he is the guy. Anytime you're in Nashville, you should go see a show by Corey. Follow him on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff like that. And you'll be able to find out where he plays because he posts everything on his website. His schedule, that is. You can watch him play, him and his band. He's incredible. He has I believe a Gibson 330 that I want. So if I'm ever in Nashville, I will raid Corey's house and I will borrow that ES330, whether he likes it or not. He also has a website called workingclassguitar.com where he offers you courses on how to play some essential blues stuff, some essential licks, a lot of how to play type videos. Incredible. He helps you with your pedals. He has a Zoom call you know what, people? It's a course. You should buy it. And you will learn a lot. Something to note, though, before we move on from Corey with these Nashville people, they always use these extremely nice, coiffed. You know Corey gets a pedicure every Tuesday because he uses these hand-soldered cables. They are oh so nice, oh so beautiful, and oh so pretty. Next. Who do we have here? Pete Honore, also known as Danish Pete, also known as the Danish. Now, how did I know it was Danish Pete? Because A, he sent me the picture. B, literally everything is purple. Everything is purple. Danish Pete owns the color purple. I walked into Guitar Center the other day and I saw a beautiful Fender Strat, custom shop, relic, and it was purple. Now, I stood there in the shop and I looked at it. Instead of picking it up, playing it, see if I like it, like a normal person, in my mind, I started thinking, wait a second, am I going to get sued by Pete if I buy this guitar and I post any video of me playing that guitar? Does Danish Pete own the color purple? Like, should I message him beforehand and ask for permission if I can play this guitar, if I can buy this? Am I allowed to even try this guitar at Guitar Center without Danish Pete's permission? I mean, in 2022, how is it that when you say purple guitar, the first thing you think of is Danish Pete and not Prince? How are we thinking about Danish Pete first and Prince second? He had a song called Purple Rain. How does my mind go to Danish Pete first and not Prince? Anyway, this is a PedalBoard roast, not about the color purple, which he owns. Now, if you follow Danish Pete on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm sure you do, he's one of the most famous people out there, you would know that he changes his pedals on his PedalBoard and his pedalboards more than I change underwear. Now, that's not saying much because that does not happen often. So, it's more than Corey changes his underwear. Now, what do we have here? Oh, look, a proper tuner. This is the JHS Rat. It's like the multiple rat thing. Delay from UA. Cali 76. The Dane, which is Danish Beat Signature Overdrive by Thorpe Effects. I would love to try one of these ones, but I can never find the Thorpe Effects anywhere in the States. We have a Mythos pedal right here. It's purple. We have this switcher, which goes with the Morning Glory. It's purple. The pedal board is purple. Chorus CE2, you can never go wrong with that chorus. It's a lovely chorus. I'm sure there's stuff underneath, but we don't have a picture. Oh, here's the picture of the old. Didn't I tell you he changes it so quick? Okay, this is the more recent one. That's right. This is the more recent one. Because he added the Halcyon, the Origin Effects, the new Tube Screamer thing here. The Dane remains. Everything else pretty much remains. The Flint. Wait, what did we have in the old one? Yeah. The Flint takes place of something else. And then he also sent me this picture as a flex. Danish Pete sent me this picture as a flex. This is the pedal. This is actually the first picture that he sent me. He said, picture of my pedal board. Then he sends me this. I'm like, all right, we get it. You play arenas. That's great. That's great. And you play for the volleyball team of France. Why is everybody in a white t-shirt over here? Everybody in the front row is on the volleyball team. But yeah, so I mean, this is, I can't, this is unrecognized. This is the gig rig. I know that. Those are two Strymons. This is the Eventide, and I have no idea what these are. Expression pedals here. This may be a King of Tone. Anyway, moving on. Danish Pete plays arenas, and he is a lovely person, and you should subscribe to his YouTube channel. He has his own YouTube channel as well as he's on the Anterdance channel as well on YouTube. His own channel I love because he does these loops, and even on Instagram, like with his stories, he does loops on guitars that I just don't understand how perfect the timing is and how the harmonies he nails every time. You know Pete. You don't need me to explain to you who Pete is. He's one of the absolute most kindest, most genuine people on the internet. An unbelievable guitar player. He's over here while everybody else is over here. And an all-around nice guy. Subscribe to his channel and also subscribe to Anderton's because they're about to give away a real Klon once they hit 1 million. And they're very close. Next. Okay. Okay, this is one of my favorites. So, Edge of Breakup, Sean, very good friend of mine in California. He has a killer YouTube channel with 17 different cameras working at the same time. Now, I asked Sean, and he says he films these alone. Okay, so then who's moving the camera around you and panning? Did you buy one of those $3,000 robot thingies? The gimbal thing that just walks around the room filming you? He has so many cameras pointed everywhere. Mind you, he has one of the nicest production of us all on this list. His YouTube channel is incredibly beautiful. His reviews are honest and they're great. His playing is out of this world. We know this. Everybody on this list is an out of this world guitar player. But yeah, so he's excellent at photography. He's amazing at videography and editing. And I asked him for a pedalboard picture and he sends me this. What am I supposed to do? What were you trying to go for here? Ansel Adams? What are you trying to, what can I do with this picture, Sean? Really, what can I do? It's black and white with a hue of blue. It's just artistic. I mean, the only thing I can recognize, I guess, from here is, this is a loop switcher. That's an Origin Effect. That's an Origin Effect. I guess that's it. I have no idea. Did he send me another one? Let's see. I appreciate the photo shoot. Thank you so much. It's beautiful. You're beautiful, Sean. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Yep. Yep, he did send me another one. He sent me this one. What am I supposed to do with this? I think he sent me a third. Let me see. There we go. Thank God. All right, let's see what he's got here. So cable management is a bit chaotic. I don't know what the board is, but I am certain these could have gone underneath. What have we got? This fuzz from Mythos Pedals is incredible. Slide rig, compressor, loop switcher. I think that's the MIDI one thingy. I don't know. Another Mythos Polytune 2 in the middle of the chain where it belongs. Dualist. And really, I mean, it's an unroastable rig. It's a great rig. He's done great. But I mean, thanks for the photo shoot, man. All right. But yeah, a little bit more about Sean. He has an Instagram channel. He has a YouTube channel. He is absolutely killing it. Companies are reaching out to Sean left and right, and you should reach out to Sean as well. He's an extremely nice guy. He's very knowledgeable. He knows his stuff, and he does the really in-depth reviews where he explains things to you. And then every once in a while, he gets a Frank Brothers guitar, which he just did, along with a Novo guitar, which he just did. And he's about to release full reviews of those. Do check out his channel. It is well worth the sub. Next. Okay. Next, we have Iga Massardi from the band Barasuara in Indonesia. I probably butchered all of these names. I do not speak the language, but I speak the language of music, and boy, does this man and this band understand music. I'm a huge fan of Iga. He has a very, very, very big following in the world on Instagram and on YouTube. Of course, I'm going to link all these people and their websites underneath. Link in the description below. So when I reached out to all of these people, this is what Iga told me. He says, I'm not mentally ready for you. So let us roast this pedal. Now, I don't know if he put this on here for me. But here we go. So a lot of pedal boards, you see several fuzzes, several overdrives. I mean, that's kind of becoming the norm rather than having one or two these days. And maybe like 1, 2, perhaps 3 modulation pedals. This is not the case with Iga. We have 1 overdrive, this preamp thingy, the color box from JHS, 1 overdrive, 1 distortion, and everything else is a modulation pedal, but not like a subtle chorus. No, heavy modulation pedals, where it's going to completely change the sound of your guitar and make it unrecognizable as a guitar. So we start with the synth, which is the Boss Synth something something 200. And then, for some reason, I don't know where the chain goes, but we have a reverb right at the almost at the beginning of the chain, just to muddy things up enough for everybody. Then we have the modulation station from Boss. Then we have a tonal recall from Chase Bliss. Then from GFS, we have the Rossi, which is an envelope filler. And then we have a vibrato from Diamond. And then we have the mother load of delays. And then we have yet another delay. But there's a tuner over here. There is a tuner. In his defense, he does do one of the best ambient things around on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Spotify. Right when COVID hit, about the end of 2020, Iga released a album. I'll link it below. That was a solo album. When I mean solo album, it means it was just him and everything is just him. Every single sound you heard was him with a guitar and probably that board because all of it was ambient. I listen to it all the time. It puts me in a very happy mood. People, subscribe to Iga and follow him on Instagram. Next, why am I like this? Kris Barocsi, people, one of the nicest guys on earth. You've seen Kris in the Thoman videos. You've seen Kris on his own channel as well, along with Guillaume, a good friend of his. And here's how I learned about Kris first. When I was doing my homework on the Toxic Twins, when Albert first sent it to me, Albert Casader from Casader Effects, he had the video with the most views and I clicked it and I fell in love with his playing. Oh my God, he is so good. Then we started talking a little bit on Instagram and turned out to be good pals. And now we roast his board. But is it going to be unroastable? It seems like it is. It seems like it's going to be one of those unroastable rigs. All right. I do thank him for including his picture and his name as well in the picture. That is helpful for me. So we start with a treble boost. No, that's not where the chain starts. Where does the chain start? In this Empress thing? Maybe. I think we plug into here. Then we go to the treble boost. Then we go into Casader Effects. Perhaps we go into super clean after here, from here. No, that makes no sense. I'm confused, Kris. How does this chain go? Anyway, he has the tilt overdrive. He has the Gladio, which is this is a lot of overdrive here. Now we have a lot of overdrive here. Excellent overdrives. Don't get me wrong. Then we have a lot of overdrive here. All dual overdrives. But he does have them hooked up to this thing. Maybe he has them split because they all do that. Anyway, the Univerb from J Rocket. That is the new reverb and Univibe in one pedal. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard his demo and it's incredible. He adds a few pedals here, Casader Effects. He's a huge fan of them, and so am Why is this tremolo not here? Is it because you got the Astra? I too got the Astra and took the Super off my board, to be honest with you. However, it still is an incredible pedal. And then into the D1. I really can't roast this much. I mean, Kris as a person is unroastable. He's the nicest guy on earth. His rig is just so clean and pristine. I really have nothing to roast. Kris is unroastable, but you should most certainly subscribe to his channel because he is a killer reviewer and an unbelievable guitar player. I don't like that this is empty here. But now that I've said it, it's in your head. Now you want to put something else here. If you do, send me a picture on Instagram. Next. Okay, we move to the Instagram exclusive Lennart Delissen. I do not know why you won't get on YouTube, man. Get on YouTube. You are killing it on Instagram. We miss you over here. Do it. If you don't know Lennart, we roasted him in the first Roast My Pedal Board, and I see that he has changed a lot because he had like 4 Gladios on his pedal board before, like 2 SCs and one of the double ones. So let's see what he has changed. First, he decided that 40% of his pedal board needs to be occupied by a Roger Mayer Voodoo Vibe. We get it, man. It's a great Univibe. It's an amazing Univibe. There's a lot of smaller footprint Univibes that you could be using. However, what do we start with? We start with... No, we don't, because that's also plugged in here. I'm so confused by these people's chains. Anyway, Espresso Effects Fuzz Bender. The company is called Espresso and not Espresso. Italians, do not correct me on how to say espresso. Thank you. From one amazing fuzz, we go into another amazing fuzz. The Lux 64 by Isle of Tone. Oh my God. He makes that pedal sound so good. Oh my God, so good. Next, we go into the Archer, which he is, in my opinion, and the correct opinion, using incorrectly because he has the gain at 0 and he's using it as a boost. What's the point? Then at this point, just get a mid boost or just a regular boost. What are you doing, Lennart? And then we go into the Stobo Stomp, which again, directly where it belongs. The tuner always belongs in the middle of the chain after the Univibe, so that you can never get. I'm trying to tune my B string and it's yeah. Next, we go into the Gladio SC, and from that, we go into the Cornerstone Antique, which is the tube screamer thingy, into the Super Puss by Way Huge, and then into the Boing. And then we go out, I think. I don't really know what that is. Maybe it's a boost. I don't know. If you have a boost here, why do you have a boost here? Maybe he wants to boost this pedal. I don't know. Why is the boost after the delay? Is the boost after the delay? What are you doing? Why is this Univibe so big? It's because it's Roger Mayer. If you don't know who Roger Mayer is, he's the guy that used to do Hendrix's pedals, I think. No, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, too many knobs on this Voodoo Vibe. Use your Formula B. Next. All right, Mark Hopkins. What have we got? Is that flight case part of the pedal board? No, it isn't, because you can see the pedal board here. All right. So, what are we, let's start with, why is this sideways if you clearly have the space to not make it sideways? Number one. Number two, what are we starting with? Keeley compressor. Mark Hopkins just did if you don't know who Mark Hopkins is, he has quite literally, I think, everybody on this list today, he has interviewed them. He is an incredible interviewer. He has a show called At Home with Mark Hopkins where he interviews people in the guitar community pretty much. And the names are getting bigger and bigger, and he is going to be, I hope, extremely famous doing that. Now, if for any reason, even though I highly doubt, that doesn't work out, incredible guitar player. Out of this, blew my mind the first time I heard him. He has that thing, the dynamic thing that he has it down. You can't learn that stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. You really can't learn that stuff. It's just inside of you. Anyway, we start with the Keeley compressor, and then we go to the tuner. Why aren't we putting the tuner first? It's fine. You don't have to be honest with you, I put the tuner last. Anyway, Keeley compressor into the tuner, into that Chase Bliss thingy that moves by itself, which is really cool and huge, into one of the best fuzzes ever made in the history of fuzz, the Wrench by OCE. Lightspeed, and then there's a gap here. We don't know what happens here. This is no man's land. And then we go into, I think, a delay, or no, it can't be a delay. Is he that crazy? Anyway, I know that his Octaland is not where it needs to be. This needs to be somewhere here at the beginning of the chain. But there are no rules. And as I've said on Instagram many times, rules do not apply to Mark Hopkins. Octaland comes here, and then the Oracle delay, which he swears by, is by Mythos. He swears by this pedal into the rotary thingy, Lex by Strymon. 68, which is a Univibe, Lennart should buy, because this is a normal-sized Univibe. And then Flint, and then all being powered by a Phoenix, which is from Walrus Audio. Great board, man. I really love this the most. This right here, this cable that's right here, so that it always gets underneath the boss thing, the boss switch, so that you can never probably press it. So you do one of these on stage. I love that. I love this cable. I love this. This is my favorite cable of all time. You should change all of them to this cable. This cable. How many times has this cable failed? And Kris from OCE told me to put this very first, and I see that you have a compressor at the very first, and I think this compressor has a buffer in it. So we're going to fight you, Mark. Next. All right. So after I sent Nick Hames a direct message on Instagram, giving him my phone number, asking him to send me a picture of the pedal board, and if he wanted to participate in this, I sent him my phone number. And then I get his number wasn't saved. Then I get this text from Nick. But then he sent me a picture of his pedal board, and this is what it looks like. Now, once again, all of this mismatching cable heaven. He has this little Diodario, the plug and play, the solderless cable that goes just from here to here. He uses it nowhere else. It's just here. He bought a whole kit. They're like $75. He bought a whole kit just to use one because he didn't have a cable long enough to go from here to here. But anyway, we've got a Songbird. Tuner goes into the wah goes into the Songbird, I think. Yeah, it goes into the Songbird and into the Tumnus, which is a Klon. Into the Tiny Vibe. Nick, RJ, and I were on the release of the Tiny Vibe when it first came off, and we all released the same video at the same, not same video, we all released our own videos at the same time. It was really cool. That's when I met Nick. It was really cool to be on that release together. But yeah, Tiny Vibe, he got the 69 version, LOL. That goes into the Eventide H9, and then into this delay, which he tells me all the time that I should get. He says it's the best delay pedal. Now, people usually, the pros, and don't get me wrong, Nick Hames is a absolute pro. You can find him anywhere in Boston. He plays everywhere. He's a killer guitar player. He's a PRS artist. He's an Orangewood artist. He's very well known. He's extremely good at what he does. He is 100% a pro. Now the pros, whenever they put tape and they put tape and such on their pedal boards to indicate, like during touring, they indicate where the knob placements are so that they can replicate in case something gets bumped. Instead, Nick has just circles. Nick just has circles to indicate that those indeed are knobs. Maybe one day I will remember what to put there. Literally, he has tape and circle on. I can't breathe. He has tape on the pedal, which has now ruined the pedal, and he just has circles that tell him nothing. Oh my god. Oh man. He has circles that tell him nothing. So hopefully next time you go on tour, Nick. Oh my god. Hopefully next time you go on tour, the pedal doesn't get bumped, because you're never gonna remember. Oh my god. Okay. And then the delay goes into the looper. So and then the delay goes into the and then the delay goes into the looper so that he can loop everything. Oh my god. All right, next. Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum. Here we go. This is a neat pedal board from a really neat dude. He has the 60 Cycle Hum channel on YouTube, and he also does podcasts on that as well. Killer guitar player. I really enjoy his reviews because he does go in depth and he is very unique in the best of ways. Let's see what he's got. Ryan starts with a tuner like a normal human being and then goes, I hope the chain doesn't go like this because this does not belong right here, the amp. Maybe it doesn't, who knows? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. All right. So from the tuner, I think he goes to the expression pedal, is it? Volume pedal, maybe. And then there's this Pizza Fuzz by, I forgot who did it, but it came out recently with the tone, something, I forgot. Anyway, it's an incredible pedal. And I remember the video, they sent it to like a few players and they were like really amazed by what it was. And it's a great sounding fuzz and it looks amazing. It looks really cool. Into the surfy vibe, into the Bell by Wampler Audio, into this distortion. I don't know what this is, but it looks really cool. 50-50. And then he goes, mind you, none of the cables match, but it's fine. This is pure anxiety right here as well. Bound to fail at some point. From this, we go into the Dream. Why are these after? Well, I guess he's using this as an effects loop type thing. Maybe. And then how are you going then? Are you plugging into an amp after? Maybe he's not using the amp portion of it. Then why'd you spend $400 on a pedal then? I don't know what's going on here. This is kind of a delay, like it has a dwell and a pre-delay thing from Chase Bliss. That's also a delay, and that's also a delay. So yeah, you know, 3 and 1 is never enough. It's like the first video, 3 delays back to back. But this, no wait, wait a second. This is a reverb, and then he has 2 delays. But this also has reverb in it, and he has the reverb on. What are we doing, Ryan? I really don't understand what's happening here. So after this, we're going to this, then this, then this as an effects loop type thing, which is fine. But then how are you after this, you're plugging into what? A powered speaker? I don't know. Ryan confuses me. Ryan confuses me a lot. But this is a nice board. I mean, he did a nice job. Okay. Next, what? Make sure to check out Ryan. I'm sure you subscribe to him. He has about 1 billion subscribers. Make sure you check out 60 Cycle Hum. Ryan is a really cool dude. He does wonderful reviews. And he always does these little quirky things where he buys like the cheapest Amazon guitar and then he reviews it and stuff like that, which I enjoy. I've enjoyed this channel for quite a long time. Next. Sasha Ivantic. Let us go. Sasha is a really good friend. He is one of my favorite YouTubers and people and guitar players and Instagrammers on the planet. He is ridiculously funny, incredibly talented, and oh so good at presenting things. Sasha is one of the people that made this video look the way it is by helping me use the camera, really, by helping me do the bare minimums. So I asked Sasha if he wanted to join on this pedalboard roast, and he said, sure, grab a screen grab from my most recent pedalboard build. It's called Building a Wet Dry Pedalboard. Grab a screenshot from it. So I did after watching 38 minutes of the 51-minute video that he made of him building a pedalboard. 51 minutes, that's edited. How long did this video take, man? To shoot, to edit, and so while I was scrubbing through the trilogy of Lord of the Rings, also known as Building a Wet Dry Pedalboard, The Return of the King, 51 minutes, I finally found a decent picture of when he actually settled on the pedals that he wants, because he has about 1 billion pedals. Which brings me to the next point of this video, is that you can actually see what the pros use. These guys have 1 million pedals, they get presented 1 million pedals to demo, and these are the ones they chose. Must say something. So how does the chain go? We go into the Octaland first, which is how I like it as well. Goes into the Dominion Fuzz. Now, I may or may not have one, and there may be a release soon on my channel. Then he goes into another fuzz because 2 fuzzes weren't enough, so he had to add a third. Then he goes into a germanium preamp, which also can get fuzzy. Then he goes into the Dane, which is Pete's signature overdrive by Thorpe, purple on the side, but you can't see it. Then he goes into the Costco / Sam's Club Korg tuner. Why is this tuner so popular amongst these people? Then we go into the Minivent 2, which is a Leslie type rotary cabinet thing. And then into the Vibe Machine, Univibe, and then into the Harmonic Trem, which also can sound very vibey. He has it on the H setting, which is a univibe. So we essentially have the 3 same pedals right here, back to back in different flavors, into the Delay Llama by Jam, into the Skylar Reverb. Really unroastable. He used the mono pedal board. He does incredible pedal board builds. And really, he's a killer guitarist. He's one of the best out there, to be honest with you. So subscribe to his channel and to his Instagram. Next, we have another lazy individual that they couldn't even bother to send me a picture of their pedal board and referred me to one of their... I get it, man. Views are important, but can you just send me a picture? So he refers me to one of his YouTube videos. Now, you and I together, people, are going to go and watch a little bit of that YouTube video. And here's how it goes. Here's Steve's beautiful face. By the way, we're talking about Steve Sterlacci right now. Killer guitar player, Helix extraordinaire. I think that was his claim to fame, is when he started doing Helix presets and started selling them. You should buy a few. I did. And then he did the Amazon pedals and stuff like that. All of that blew up. He has a very successful YouTube channel. He's in a very successful touring band, Jessica Lynn. So, I mean, anyway, he is a pro. We know this. Everybody on here is a pro. Send me a picture, and then he sends me this video. So we'll brush through it. This is Steve's beautiful face talking about his pedal board. Then we see his guitar for a little bit. That doesn't help. Here's all I could see. It was just a second. There it is. Where is it? No, we missed it. Oh, we missed it. He said there's that little cut here. Oh, yep, there we go. Now I have to pause on this because Steve couldn't bother to send me a full picture. So here we are. Let's look at this mess of a pedal board. Sideways tuner into the... Nothing is aligned. It's giving me so much anxiety. The cable... This is a buffered nightmare. This is a nightmare. This rat's nest over here is a nightmare. But he's got killer pedals. He really does. And, of course, he has the Helix Stomp, which is his specialty. I mean, he helped me through mine. He's killer at the modeling stuff. What else do we have? An Archer Klon. We have that Nordland thing again. We have a Line 6 pedal from 1971. And then we have an MXR reverb that goes nowhere, into the abyss. No one knows where it goes. Yeah. Couldn't be, but he also, hold on. He also has an EQ pedal that is completely flat. There's no point. So you turn it on, it does absolutely nothing to your sound. So thank you, Steve, for not bothering to send me a picture and sending me to one of your videos. Do subscribe to Steve, though. He's amazing. He makes the funniest reels on Instagram as well. Good chap, a very good friend, and an all-around cool dude, killer guitar player. Check him out. Next, we have Texas Blues Alley. Anthony from Texas Blues Alley. You've seen him. I've seen him. You've learned from him on YouTube. I've learned from him on YouTube. Everybody on this list has been on Anthony's page at some point in their musical careers, and they have learned something. Scuttle Button from Steve Ray Vaughan, I learned it from him. Texas Flood, I learned it from him. Everybody has learned from Texas Blues Alley. Now, they say you should never meet your idols. I have met my idol, and this is what he gives me. What is that? I am surprised. I would be massively surprised if this board actually works. I would pay money if I plug my guitar into this board. Will it work? I don't know. Man, what have we got here? So we start with the Duelist, which is from Kingtone. It's like the quintessential SRV pedal. Amazing pedal. I've got it. It's so good. And then we go into the Ether. I don't know where we go. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. But he does have a Wampler boost here. But thank God that the boost is set to 0. So you click it and it's just nothing. So I'm glad that Anthony has his boost on 0. Then we go into the Parallel Mixer by Electro Harmonics. I think into this Wampler, the Terraform, and then maybe into a delay. No, it can't be because the fuzz is here. I don't know what's going on, Anthony. Please help me. I don't know. Anyway, he has the Velvet Fuzz. Thank God he's got a dime to all heck. He has a Helium, which I don't think I've ever used it. He has, I believe, a Peterson tuner over here that John Quincy Adams owned. The 6th president of the United States owned. How old is this, man? We should really get you something new, man. Does it work? Does it tune? What does it tune to? And all of this is powered by a Powertrain 1250. Now, 1250 here refers to the year as well, 1250, which is when the Seventh Crusade ended. It's when the Seventh Crusade was ended due to the Egyptian conquest. That's when this power brick was made, and luckily Anthony found it somewhere at a thrift shop and bought it to power his pedal board. That is an anxiety-inducing board. But you know what? Some of the people have the cleanest pedal board on earth, and you will never be able to play like Anthony, and never be able to be as cool as Anthony, because he is the OG and one of the coolest guys on this list, guaranteed. If you're not subscribed to, which I highly doubt, but if you're not subscribed to Texas Blues Alley on YouTube, please do so. I mean, he's got about 250,000 of subscribers. He's been doing it from the start. This man capitalized, saw that YouTube was the thing. He's like, all right, this is my world now, and he dominated ever since. I can't stress enough. He's one of the coolest dudes. You've seen him. He's the guy with the Strat, with the Sunbra Strat. The Strat had these weird pickups, line thingies. The pole pieces had weird lines on them. You've seen him. And on the Texas Blues Alley website, which of course, like I said, I'll link it below, he's got a local program, Texas Blues Alley Locals program. What that is, it's a course where you go in and he teaches you everything of how to play the blues properly. But there's no real way of playing the blues properly. No, he teaches you how to do it properly. Those licks that you hear, the methods and stuff like that, he is incredibly helpful. I have learned a ton from Anthony. A ton. A lot of the licks that you hear on my channel are stolen. So do check it out. I will link all of that in the description below. I don't want to look at this picture anymore. Next. Okay. All right. Will Bennett III. Yes. So Will went with a 1983 yearbook picture. One of those really bad yearbook pictures, like one of those. This is the aesthetic Will was going for when he sent me a photo shoot, 3-picture photo shoot of his pedal board. Now let's see what he's got. I'm going to pick this picture because it's the easiest to look at. He's using a Temple board. Now, a Temple audio board is known for their proprietary way of putting pedals on the board to where they don't move, where you don't use any Velcro. Clearly, he didn't get the memo because we're using Velcro. We're using dual lock, which is the strongest of all Velcro. You have this thing that you stick at the back of the pedal and then you screw it on from the other side. I don't know why he didn't do that. We're not going to ask questions, but here we are. He used Velcro. What's our chain? Where do we start? Here, maybe, with the Thorpe? No, because that's already plugged in. Man, you guys are confusing the heck out of me. Where do I plug my guitar into this thing? Oh, maybe he has a thing. He probably has a thing on the side, in and out. Anyway, so we start with the deep Ogden, and then we go, I'm going to assume by the color of the cable, we go to the Zollinger Electro, which is a really cool company, into the Benson Germanium Boost, Mjolnir, Klon, the Harmonic Trem. I think that's a Harmonic Trem. Yes, it is. Harmonious Monk, I think it's called, by Jam. Yes, it's written right here. By Jam Pedals. Into the Delay Star. I'm seeing a lot of Starlights. I have one as well. It's incredible. Into the Chase Bliss Automaton, I think. Yes. It's also written here. What's my problem? But yeah, I really appreciate this picture. I really appreciate the photo shoot that he sent me of the 1983 yearbook picture. But yeah, it's a killer board. If you don't know Will Bennett, he's new on YouTube, but he's been on Instagram for a while. He makes incredible demo reels and review reels of products, and he has one of the nicest looking setups ever. He does 3 sounds every time on his channel. It's really cool, where he shows you the pedal in about 30 seconds, and man, does he do it so well. He has sold me so many pedals just from his reviews. Check him out, subscribe, and follow his channel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this roast. This has all been just for the laughs, just for fun. Everybody sent me their pictures willingly, and I thank them tremendously. These are all my idols. I cannot stress this enough. These are my good friends. These are my peers, and these are the people that I look up to and that I talk to regularly to get advice and steal their licks. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to take anything away from all of this, is that please go follow and subscribe to these people, because they really are the industry. They are the industry standard. They really are. They're incredible at what they do. We all learn from each other, and they are oh so kind, and out of this world guitar players. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe. Maybe there'll be a part 3. Who knows? Maybe you're next. And let me know which pedal board was your favorite and which pedal board deserved the roast the most. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the players that send me their stuff. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I have been Buddy Blues. You have been the people of the blues. Until next time.